Oh my god, so much to talk about. Bunny-tastic here. My haircut's really bad. Sorry, I had it done by someone else. Never cheat on your barber. Anyway, let's talk about English Sword and Shield because we must. Everyone's talking about it. It's fucking crazy what's going on. Okay, English Sword and Shield booster box prices. I mean, I didn't see it coming. I'll be completely honest. I put my hands up. When I'm wrong, I'll just admit it, okay? I didn't think English Sword and Shield was going to do anything for so long. 10 billion cards, 11 billion cards. You know, we keep hearing about them printing so much product. Obviously, it's mainly English. Obviously, it's mainly Sword and Shield. So, as a huge turn-off, I'm thinking half of the cards that have ever been printed were last year or the year before or whatever. That is, like, uninvestable to me. I'm not even interested. Not even going to entertain it. And now I'm the one that loses out because, I mean, I did pick up some English Sword and Shield boxes, but compared to how many Japanese ones I was picking up, it was nothing. And obviously, I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all. Like, the amount of Japanese Sword and Shield boxes that have already done quite well and I think have an amazing future ahead of them, I don't regret it. But I wish I, you know, diversified a bit more and had a bit more English. And that's because I have just seen Lost Origin jump from about 125 to 190. And not even in the span of a week, I mean in the span of like 3 days, 2-3 days. Like, if you're in the UK, you know what I'm talking about. In the US, you can still get it for retail, MSRP, $140 or whatever. And if you're not buying that right now, this week, you're an idiot, unless it gets reprinted, okay? That's something we need to talk about because these sets aren't that old. These sets are still within the range of getting reprinted. Oh yeah, but they go out of rotation April 5th, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Does not matter, okay? I've seen sets years old, 3, 4, 5 years old, get reprinted in booster box form. Last year or the year before, Ultra Prism got reprinted in booster box form, which would have been 4 or 5 years later. Sun and Moon Base, same thing, okay? There are supplementary products where they stick them in tins and collection boxes years later, but they do still make booster boxes when they feel like it. And sets that are $700 US Evolving Skies after 2 years or 2 and a bit years, that is still well within the range of getting reprinted. Would a reprint put it down to retail? I don't think so. Like, I really don't think so because so many people are now thinking, right, well, if that box goes for $140 US, I'm going to buy as many of those as I can because it's already proven itself. So a set like that, a reprint, no matter how fucking big, is not going to destroy the set. Whereas a set like Lost Origin at 190 GBP, what's that, like $240 US, something like 220, 230. Don't want to get too carried away here. Okay, that set's even newer. And this isn't a video saying, oh, they're going to reprint it. This isn't a conspiracy video, they might reprint it. I don't even think they will, honestly. But they could. They really could. Because it's not that old. It's really not that old. It's not even 2 years old. Yeah, it's not even 2 years old. So, seeing that set double in the UK from like, what, £100 a box to almost £200 a box, that's a real warning to the Pokemon company. Like, yo, it's not that old. Like, you can still reprint this and you can make a lot of money here. And so, you know, it is at risk. I think every set after probably Brilliant Stars onwards is still within that risky, you know, it could get reprinted. I feel like Evolving Skies would have had reprints by now. Like, come on, it would have had them. I don't think they're going to have them. There's one thing that stops them from doing this. Obviously, they want to earn that money that other people are earning in the secondary market. But there's one thing that deters them that I think people neglect is that, like, consumer confidence. So they know that a lot of people are investing in their boxes. They know that. Surely they know that. Of course they know that, right? And so if they reprint these sets that people have put all their money into and put all their faith and hope into, it ruins the relationship between the investor and the company. And so the company ends up selling less boxes or they struggle. I mean, I don't think they're going to struggle to get rid of it all. They could print 100,000 Evolving Skies boxes tomorrow and they would not struggle to get rid of those. If they were doing them at MSRP, they'd be gone in a matter of 1 hour. I'd imagine, like, people are ready to buy that shit at retail. But it does destroy, or it does harm the confidence people have in the company. It harms, okay, well, fuck this, I give up, because this has happened to me more than once. You know, it happened to me with Roaring Skies, it happened to me with whatever set you want to throw out there. Sorry for the cut there, someone called me. Anyway, it does ruin consumer confidence when they reprint something, and you know, people have put all their money, or they've even taken a credit card out, over leveraged themselves to get more of this product, and then they reprint it and it drops. That destroys some people's passion for investing and collecting. So they know that, and they know not to piss those people off, because they do make up a percentage of their sales. I don't know if it's a huge percentage. Probably the whatnot rippers and TikTok rippers and pack opener people and just the general public consume most of that, or add to most of the money that Pokemon's making. It's probably only like 10% or something like that that are coming from the investors, but still, they don't want to piss those people off. Because I think that there are probably some enormous people in this hobby, like bigger than Rudy, like people that probably have 6,000 boxes of every new set, because they just see how it's performed historically and think, well, this is the best way to make money. And so they don't really want to piss those people off. But you have to also remind yourself that this isn't just about, you know, the daily ups and downs. This is about like the yearly, this is about the fucking 5-10 year horizon. These reprints don't make the biggest difference with, unless if this set's good, they really don't make like an enormous difference. Eevee Heroes got a reprint like a year later, something like that, and for about a day it dropped below its current price down to like here, the bottom being down here. Okay, you can't even see it, it's off screen. It dropped down to like here, and then what happened like a week later? Boop, back up there. And it'll be interesting to see how the Japanese 151 reprint affects the price. People have already started selling, and there's theories about, well, these people are just selling because they're trying to rebuy it at retail, and they're going to have that stock again, but they just want to buy it for a lower price. Fair enough, that makes sense. But also, there's probably a lot of people panic selling as well, thinking that it's going to go all the way back down to zero. People that haven't been around very long, who knows? People that weren't willing to hold very long. Bless me. Bless you too. Anyway, here we are. And I think reprints aren't the biggest concern if you're looking to hold for a long time. I mean, they've already printed an astonishing amount of cards, and somehow we've eaten through the supply. The demand, the supply, they've stopped supplying it, they've stopped printing it. And the demand is still there. In fact, the demand is ramping up because people are looking for help right now. They're looking for some money, bro. People are struggling out there. They're looking for some money. So you've got, whether this increase in price was manipulative or whether it was organic or whatever, doesn't even matter at this point, because people were looking at the price go up. They're getting FOMO. They're looking for quick deals they can get. Oh, it's 190 now? I know a site that's doing it for 160. Boom, they're buying it. They weren't going to buy it last week at 120, but they're willing to buy it now at 160 because the market's now 190. So that's what's happening. People, whether it was fake, the initial increase in price doesn't even matter anymore, because it's been reinforced with real purchases from real people, you know, and now the floor has risen, and now you can't even argue it. Like, it doesn't even matter if it started out disingenuous or whatever, because people are believing in it more now. I mean, personally, I look at Brilliant Stars and Fusion Strike, and for some weird reason I look at them and I just think those are both £250 boxes in the future. Don't know whether it's in 6 months or 6 years, but they just look like £250 boxes. I can just see it. I don't know what it is. Intuition? Fuck knows. But I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, well, if those do that, then so does Chilling Reign, so does Lost Origin, so does da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? And you look at how every Sun and Moon English box is done, and you're like, well, Sword and Shield's probably better. So why can't it do what English Sun and Moon has done? And that's when you reach into your pocket, you pull out your card, and you fucking spend some money on these boxes, and you become part of the reason why these boxes are flying up in price. FOMO? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I want to buy them more now than ever. I don't know. Do you have this feeling? I mean, I'm not even, like, literally 6 months ago, I'd be like, ugh, English. Blech, disgusting. Now I'm like, oh, mate, might sell some of my Japanese boxes to get some of it. Nah, I'm not. I will never do that. Don't worry. I'm not selling out. But interesting, huh? What are you buying? So obviously there's the argument of what's next. Is it Astral Radiance? Is it Silver Tempest? I would actually side with my bro, Pokemonster, Thomas. He is a fucking genius when it comes to Pokemon. Please check out his channel. The guy, he's siding with Silver Tempest, and you know what? My gut is to do the same. I know that... okay, let me put this in perspective for you, because I know a lot of my viewers collect Japanese. Paradigm Trigger and Incandescent Arcana are better sets than Space Juggler, Time Gazer, and Battle Region. Do you agree or not? Like, do you agree? You don't have to. But I think that Paradigm Trigger and Incandescent Arcana are much better sets than Time Gazer, Space Juggler, and Battle Region. And that's what these sets are. Astral Radiance is the composition of those three. And Silver Tempest is the composition of Incandescent Arcana and Paradigm Trigger. Literally a Lugia Ho-Oh set. I mean, Unseen Forces, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. How have Lugia and Ho-Oh sets performed before? They've done alright. And I know that's like a weak argument because obviously those sets are so old, they're going to do well even if they're bad. But people love a bit of Johto. People are crying out for Johto. The most successful video on this channel was me theorising about Pokemon 251. So people are thirsty for it. People do like these Pokemon. I mean, the Lugia has one of the most significant Lugia artworks of all time in that set. The alternate art. So why is that box way below retail still? I mean, I think people are looking at it now and being like, okay, well, this is obviously the next buy. But then I watch so many videos on YouTube of Americans. This isn't an insult to Americans at all. I've seen Australians do the same thing. British people do the same thing. But they're placing Astral Radiance above it. And it's going to be really interesting to see what happens because I just don't know if Astral Radiance is better. I really don't think it is. But I can't tell you what's going to happen in the future. So personally, I'm on Team Silver Tempest with my bro Thomas. And let me know in the comments what team you're on, Astral Radiance or Silver Tempest, because these are the two sets that people are looking at now that have trainer galleries and have alternate arts. And they're just like, which one's it going to be, bro? Which one? I think both are going to do very well. Let's put that out there. But which one is it that's going to rise the hardest or rise the fastest or whatever? That's the question. It can be very interesting. I think we're going to see a lot more videos about this, about Astral Radiance versus Silver Tempest in the near future, because it seems like all of the other late Sword and Shield sets have already gone clear. We know Fusion Strike, no matter whether it has a reprint or not, we know it's okay and it's going to do well. Same for Evolving Skies, Lost Origin, and am I forgetting any of them? Brilliant Stars is, people knew instantly straight out the gate Brilliant Stars was going to do well. It's hit like a flat line for so long, but I mean, when that becomes more unavailable and the supply gets eaten up, I don't see why that's not going to do the same thing that Fusion Strike's done or Lost Origin. So I think I think that's going to be the next one to pop off. Maybe, who knows? I mean, my advice to you is not to buy this set or that set or this set or that set. It's to just spend a lot of time in this market, to buy today as cheap as you can and just wait 5-10 years. Please have some patience. If you need money because you need to buy a house or you need money because you need to buy a car, sell off like something that's already, you know, performed for you and you don't think it's going to perform much more. That's the first thing you want to be selling, not these things that you've only earned £5-10 on that have a whole future ahead of them. Personally, that's my, you know, my take on it. I wouldn't sell anything that I've bought recently, like with the intent to keep it for a long time. Try and sell the stuff that you've had for a long time that's already proven itself, but also you don't think it's going to go up much more. That's the sort of stuff you want to be getting rid of to fund these newer sets that are going to have a whole future ahead of them. But what do I know? Very interesting topic here. I'm going to do more videos on English Sword and Shield. I have to. I'm interested in it. You guys are probably a bit interested in it, or at least you want to keep up to date with what's going on. I wish I was more professional, had editing, had concise numbers on screen and stuff like that, but I'm working. I'm back working again now. I'm sorry. I needed money for cards. Please forgive me. So I don't have much time on my hands. So uploads might be less frequent, but I need to be on my arse. Come on, man. Please, in the comments, tell me, boy, make more videos, because I need to stay consistent for this stuff to grow. I understand. Invest my time, and then the Pokemon YouTube grows, and that the investment pays off, right? So I need to do the same thing I do with cards. Instead of investing money in cards, I invest my time on YouTube. It's got to be the same. Put that effort in. It pays off, you know? Thanks for watching this video. Astral Radiance or Silver Tempest? Let me know in the comments. And what are you saying about English Sword and Shield? What are you saying? Let me know. Found any good deals? Thoughts and theories? Let us know in the comments. Love you.